Okay, so hi everyone. Today I'm looking at what Matt Dillahunty is saying regarding what Joe and Alex discussed about claims being evidence or not. All right, so let's play the video.
The Atheist Week Patreon Project presents Autocar on Claims, Evidence, and Talk. Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. So I guess kind of full disclosure, side introduction. I know Autocar a little bit. We did an episode of Atheist Experience a couple years ago. We had mutual friends and interacted a bit. And then there was some sort of largely irrelevant point, probably isn't accurate, but I could find an example of this brilliant week. Because I don't ever recall trying to shut down Paul. I don't ever recall trying to use this as a terminus and then hanging up on people.
Well, okay, you are taking his words literally here. So like this is where
Um, and I think it's a little, I mean, don't get me wrong, a hanging up. But of the three of us, I'm the only one who I know is out in the trenches engaging with both honest and dishonest interlocutors on a regular basis.
Well, I mean, Joe literally engages in philosophy of religion. He wrote multiple papers engaging with philosophers, like PhD philosophers who believe in God, who have written papers. Um, Joe does engage pretty strongly with genuinely sophisticated arguments in journal papers. So it's like he does engage, right, with philosophers. Um, he does engage with people who actually are much more rigorous in their arguments for the existence of God or for the non-existence of God, right? Um, and like, look, so Matt, the amount of charity you say like you are demanding here, um, you don't give the same charity to the theists who are like innocuous, right? Like did you have you read papers by like Robin Collins? He is a theistic philosopher in analytic philosophy, an American philosopher and a respected one. Robin Collins is a respected one. Dustin Crummett is another respected philosopher. Um, there is Richard Swinburne. Richard Swinburne is a respected philosopher. There's Josh Rasmussen. He is a respected philosopher. I mean, you don't engage with them, Matt. I did not see you debate them. I did not see you discuss stuff with them. Well, I guess Richard Swinburne is old now, so it would be a bit hard for him to stay on track. But like with more younger philosophers, like say Josh Rasmussen, Dustin Crummett, you could chat with them. So it's like and on like the shows like Atheist Experience and on the line, you do not even treat um, the theists who are innocuous with the kind of charity that you are demanding from Joe.
I'm constantly in a position to explain complex topics and miss something here. That's okay. If they think all I do,
Be claiming a Christian, and they'll say, look, there are all of these people who claimed to see Jesus after he died, and that'll say claims and not evidence. I need evidence that Jesus rose from the dead.
Yeah. In my view, this is just clearly false. I mean, like very often, the fact that someone claims that to be is evidence for the truth of being.
no, it's not. And well,
Yes, it is. The reason it is, Matt, is because very often it is not the case that like people are like literally lying to you, right? Straight up lying to you, deliberately lying to you. Often people normally say when like, okay, I bought a soccer ball or like football, as Joe Schmid will give example of, like usually the friend of Joe would not be lying to him, and even like usually strangers, like okay, what would they gain by lying to you, right? Like randomly lying to you. What would those people gain by randomly lying to you? Testimonies are evidence. Usually, if people claim certain thing, they are evidence. Now, of course, the priors matter. Like, okay, what background beliefs they have, what background beliefs you have, right? And what kind of claim are they like testifying, right? What are they saying? What is their testimony? Right? If their testimony is okay, normal testimony like low stakes stuff, like okay, hey, I bought a football, or hey, I bought a video game, right? Or something like that, then yeah, you it is usually considered sufficient evidence in that scenario. Now, of course, if they claim something much more rare, extremely rare, or like very, very hard to believe, like they have like a they have a nuclear reactor in their garage. Like, okay, yeah, that would be like a joke, right? That would seem unbelievable. But usually, claims are evidence. Matt, testimonies are evidence. Testimonies are claims. So, claims are evidence. Even if you consider them weak or strong or whatever, right? Even if you consider very weak evidence, they are still evidence.
I would hang up on you right now.
And let me sort of show you some citation, I guess. So here's like just general Google, right? General AI research, AI Google search, right? And here it says yes, testimony is considered evidence even if it is considered weak, unreliable, or uncorroborated. In legal proceedings, testimony or oral evidence given under oath is a fundamental form of evidence that a judge or jury must consider, provided it is admissible. Now, in usually, when you are in normal circumstances, you do consider testimonies as evidence, right? Like if I claim that my mom is at home, right? Because I saw her her slippers or like sandals, or like shoes or something at home, right? And if I say that to my father, my father would say, okay, oh yeah, mom is home, okay, um, great, right? So I mean, usually normal circumstances, claims are indeed testimonies, and testimonies are considered evidence. This is like normal contemporary epistemology. So it's like I don't, and even here, like even just 4 years ago, this question was asked on like Ask Philosophy, and Ask Philosophy is a pretty good source, right? There are indeed philosophers here that have said things that are correct when I checked it, right? And like when you see, like, can testimony be considered as empirical evidence? One of the philosophers with the flair of like a graduate flair, right? He said, of course it is. Empirical evidence is just evidence that you get through your senses. Do you get testimony some other way? So yeah, testimony testimonies are evidence, right? And empirical evidence even, so not your kind of like a priori intuitions or something, right? They are empirical evidence even.
In your fictional world. So no, this isn't just about the resurrection. Nothing that I do or say has anything. No broad thing about claims about evidence is just about the resurrection. Does it come up in the context of discussions about the resurrection? Sure, it comes up in the context of any claim. If somebody makes a claim that he is true, that in and of itself is not evidence for the proposition that he is true.
In usual circumstances, Matt, it is evidence. Like usually, are people habitual liars? Are they like psychopaths? Like usually people are, do you think that usually people are psychopaths who will be constantly manipulating you? In usual circumstances, and Joe Schmid actually said exact same thing. He said very often claims are evidence, they are testimonies of people, and usually people are not lying, right? Usually they are not lying.
It is, in fact, that simple. He knew. But he thinks the mere fact that someone professes that P is true is evidence that P is true.
Yes, it is evidence that P is true. I showed you from normal Googling, and I showed you from like at Reddit Ask Philosophy. Joe Schmidt, of course, will be able to hopefully find much more, I guess, rigorous sources and cite them rigorously. But this is more of me like a casual video reacting to you, Matt. I will also eventually in the future make a respectful criticism of your work, Matt, your epistemology. I think it's not good epistemology, and you don't even cite your sources for the epistemology that you believe in. I guess you did make a video on foundherentism by Susan Hack. Um, and Susan Hack's foundherentism is pretty good, I would say. Like it's pretty nice, but even Susan Hack does consider testimony or intuitions, right, or perceptual evidence. Like she does consider testimony, normal testimony in normal circumstances as evidence. So claims are evidence usually.
So set aside Alex shifting focus to the resurrection. I'll just, as charitably as possible, he kicked in
And
first.
I should even mention that Susan Hack actually criticized the kind of scientism um, the that she saw in like um, new atheist people like Sam Harris, Christopher Hitchens, Richard Dawkins, and people like them. And it seems to me, Matt, that you seem quite similar with their approach of scientism, right? Where you just like you just sort of just don't show much charity, right? The main criticisms of new atheists is that don't seem to show um, any charity. They show little to no charity to even the theists who are literally innocuous, who are literally their friends or comrades, right? That's the criticism of the new atheists, right? Like you demand charity from theists, but you yourself show no charity, even to theists who are chill with you.
Exactly. But I'm talking about epistemology and skepticism such that it doesn't matter what the claim is. The claim itself is not in any way evidence for the claim being true. I'm going to let.
A testimony is, if I saw something, if I have a bottle, if I bought water bottle from a particular company, and I say to you, I bought a water bottle from XYZ company, then yeah, that is a testimonial evidence, right? That is evidence, and that is a claim.
Can you continue?
This is just called testimonial evidence. Namely, evidence you get for the truth of a proposition from the fact that someone testified to its truth.
So, testimonial evidence. Um, this objection from James seems to be along the lines of because anything can be expressed as a claim, therefore you've never had any evidence. It's kind of the concept.
No, that's not what he claimed, and his name is Joe. It's not James, Matt. His name is Joseph, not James.
Leaning down here. Because he thinks it's just a fact that if somebody makes a claim, that's evidence for a claim. No, you fundamentally misunderstand this, and James is about to.
I don't believe that Joe misunderstands anything here. he has published multiple papers in highly respected philosophical journals, even mainstream. I would say most of them are in the mainstream philosophical journals, or perhaps all of them are in mainstream philosophical journals, and not just philosophy of religion journals, but generalist philosophy journals, which publish lots of general stuff, and it makes things harder for philosophy of religion people to publish in generalist journals. He published in um, Nous. That's a very respected, one of the top generalist philosophical journals. So Joe does know what he's talking about, Matt. um, I do not see you publishing any paper in philosophy of science, in epistemology, or anywhere, Matt. Like, I do not see your papers on like Phil papers. I do not see a profile of you on Phil papers or your published papers in respected mainstream philosophical journals.
Betray that with his example.
That is, if they told you that it's true. So, for instance, my friends claim that he bought a new soccer ball. This provides pretty strong evidence that he did, in fact, buy a soccer ball.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Well, Well, I mean, usually, okay, if your friend, if that person is your friend and you know they are not joking, right? The context is not about joking. Usually you would trust them. Okay, yeah, yeah, my friend said like he bought a soccer ball. You would trust them, right? You would believe them and say, yeah, my friend just bought a soccer ball. He said so a few hours ago to me, right? So I mean, you would believe it, and if you would believe it, that particular evidence would be sufficient evidence, right? So in that scenario, it would be a strong evidence, Matt. Like, would you not believe your friends who say, "Hey, I just ate some good food from Indian restaurant," or like just normal things, right? Like, you would believe them, right? You would consider those things as sufficient evidence to believe them, right? Or will you say to them, I need to see it myself, I need to see that soccer ball myself, I need to see that restaurant myself, I need to see you eating food from that restaurant myself? Like, come on. That's just that's not good epistemology, Matt. In fact, that's overly skeptical epistemology that usually people do not at all use regularly.
The mere fact that your friend claims to buy a soccer ball is not evidence, and certainly not strong evidence. What you're doing is the same mistake that I'm trying to point out when I'm teaching people about this. You are
You are teaching wrong, Matt. You are teaching wrong epistemology. You are doing bad epistemology, Matt. And this can be confirmed by just a literal search on Google. I just did a basic search, normal Google search, and it gave me that yes, testimony is evidence. And it also, if you ask on Ask Philosophy, again, same thing, right? Same thing from a person with graduate degree flair, right?
of information that exists beyond that claim, and you're using that to determine whether or not that claim is feasible. First of all, it's not nonsense. Your friend walks up to you and says, "Burgle, burgle, burgle, burgle." There's no truth about it. It's nonsense. Cool. So now you're hearing them make a claim. I bought a new soccer ball. That conveys information to you. I just did a video on this like last month about the how evidence for a proposition is not merely a fact consistent with, but it is accepted information about reality that strongly points towards one conclusion being likely to be true over another conclusion or over it being false. It's not merely fact consistent with. And so when you say your friend claimed that he got a soccer ball, what you're doing is you're ignoring all of the actual evidence. And that actual evidence are the facts that you understand what a soccer ball is, you understand that soccer balls exist, you accept that soccer balls exist, you accept that people buy them, you accept that they can be purchased, they can be owned, you accept that your friend perhaps likes soccer.
Okay, so you are talking about background information, and as Joe literally said, very often, when he used the word very often, that word means that given the background evidence you have, right? Now, of course, if you do claim some big things, right, like resurrection, then yes, you need more evidence than just testimonies, because you know that it's a thing that does not happen regularly, right? It's not a normal thing, right? So okay, but Joe's point was usually we do consider testimonies as decent evidence, right? That's what Joe's claim was. It's
Your friend is telling you something without, any hidden subterfuge. You don't have reason to suspect that your friend is lying or delusional. There's nothing about this claim. Often it gets framed as extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, but that's not really true. All claims require sufficient evidence, and it's just that some claims.
And by the way, Matt, when you use the word sufficient evidence, you are using your intuitions about what is and is not sufficient, right? You are using your intuitions. During our discussion, when you when you when you told me to go fuck myself, in that discussion, I was I was trying to understand what specific domain we are talking about, because sufficient evidence is in different domains is like the sufficiency level or the sufficiency threshold is different in different domains. Like in usually, if your friend tells you that he bought a soccer ball, that domain is the domain of like normal stuff, right? Like normal things that we usually encounter. But if my friend says like he has a nuclear reactor in his garage, okay, that seems very high stakes claim, right? Very very rare claim. It's just unbelievable, and I would demand more evidence if my friend is serious. Otherwise, I would just think my friend is joking about that nuclear reactor, right? So, like, I wanted to chat with you about that, but unfortunately, the the chat became um, unproductive because um, you would you would not show charity, Matt. Like, I wish you would show charity, all right? Like, please show compassion to theists who are chill, or agnostics who are chill, or philosophical theists, right? Like, please show charity to them. They are not your enemies. They in fact, many of them agree with you morally and politically. Um,
Are already so consistent with reality that it is utterly reasonable. It would be unreasonable to not accept that the claim is likely true. The claim is not the evidence. The claim is consistent with the entire body of evidence. Everything you know about your friend.
well, I mean, yeah, like you evaluate that testimony of your friend based on the background beliefs, but testimony is still evidence, though. I mean, evidence, like, okay, what kind of definition of evidence you are using, Matt? What kind of definition you are using? Because usually testimonies are considered evidence. Simple, right? I mean, he's saying something simple. It's accepted in normal philosophy. It's not like Joe does not know about background beliefs, prior beliefs, right? Or probabilities or something. He knows all this stuff.
Everything you know about soccer balls, everything you know about people's desires, and all of that. If your friend came up and told you that he bought a spaceship capable of traveling to other galaxies in an hour, all of a sudden that claim isn't as believable. And it's not because the person speaking didn't change. It's something else that changed that makes that claim.
But here's the thing, if I know that my friend is not lying, right? Like, he literally says he's not joking, and he's very, very serious about it. Like, literally, very, very serious. He has been saying it for like a year or something, or 2 years, or months now. I would think that, well, what happened, right? Like, what happened there? Like, okay, I would not immediately believe in him, but I would consider it evidence if my friend is not, like, going insane or something. Of course, immediately I would find it unbelievable. Um, I would say, like, you might be hallucinating, like you might have taken some drugs or something, right? Something might have happened to you, but like it's just not believable, my friend. Like, I wouldn't have to see it myself, but I would at least, the fact that if my friend is normal, right? He has no mental health issues, no no drug habits or anything like that, no alcohol or anything. My friend is a normal friend, and he is not old, right? He's not like of old age. If he made that claim normally, right, and seriously, then I would, even if I do not believe in him, I would at least consider that some evidence, right? Even if it's very weak evidence, I would consider it, because, like, look, he's not lying, right? He's not lying to me. Okay, something else must have happened. Some kind of mistake is very, very likely to have happened, but I would still consider it as an evidential chip, right? I would consider it as evidence, even if it's not something that I would believe in. I would consider it a weak evidence, at least a very weak evidence.
Last reasonable belief, right? And what's changed is how that claim relates to the body of information, the body of actual evidence that exists. And so what's happening here is can point at data. Go on.
Right? Or it could
Read.
be the soccer ball, and he thought that he thought it was a soccer ball, but it was actually like a cleverly disguised basketball or something. But still, it provides strong evidence that he did in fact buy a soccer ball. Or again, return to Alex's Rio Tinto. He testifies that he bought a new one to add to his.
The habitual owner. Is your friend's claim still pretty good evidence of how? Says something that's pretty good evidence.